Present, please. This one is personal, so I crave your indulgence. I was awakened by the news that my good friend, the acting director of the Agency for Public Information, Miss Nadia Slater, was attacked in her very own home and beaten mercilessly. Her aunt, who also lives with her, was attacked as well and also beaten. Both individuals are patients at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. Now, once that happened, there was no shortage of motives being floated around, some even suggesting that it was political. Now, that may or may not be so, and I wouldn't get involved because I don't know what the situation is. But here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to rip the band aid off because somebody has to say it. Since the elections of November 2025, the NDP and its supporters, drunk with power from a 14-1 mandate, has decided that they have the right to intimidate anyone and everyone who dares speak about their government in a manner that they disagree with. So anybody who posts, anybody who speaks gets shouted down, gets intimidated with all sorts of posts, cursing them in the worst ways on social media because how dare you? You don't dare talk. But keep in mind that immediately after the elections, this was started by the ministers who went around in the communities with their retribution tours. And you heard Bramble, for example, and Leacock threatening public servants, talking about anyone who's undermining the government, what would happen to them if they didn't shape up. Now, it seems that any type of failings by the NDP government is being blamed on the public servants. It's sabotage. The supporters then took the cue. With them deciding that being general isn't good enough, they started calling public servants names. Supporters of the NDP, close celebrated supporters, would go on social media, would call on radio, and call the names of hard-working public servants, accusing them of all sorts of wrongdoings in their jobs. They were doing this, and they continue to, without any type of correction, to intimidate these hardworking public servants, accusing them of undermining the government and telling their representatives that these public servants must go. Now, after a while of that intimidation, individuals who support the party are channeling their anger and their rage against these public servants. So, what do you expect? Look, I am not saying that it is because Bramble said it or Leacock said it or whomever posted, this is why Nadia was attacked. But what I will tell you is that I am not going to sit down and pretend that the violent, hateful, vile rhetoric against public servants being named on social media, being accused of wrongdoings, and being threatened is going to be separate from the violence they eventually meet. I'm not going to. I believe that there's some sort of correlation, and the ministers have to start by cleaning up their own act. Speak to your supporters. Oh, and you, the one who campaigning heavy on Facebook because you want Nadia work. You go about the place and you feel it is yours to walk in and walk out as you please. In your heart, you're happy that this has happened to Nadia. Never mind, you may share some fake information or fake sympathy. We know you lie. But guess what? Your incompetence is well known. And even if you do get your work, you ain't gonna be able to keep it because you're lazy. Until next time, class dismissed.